Welcome, everybody, to Cup with Gup on this Wednesday, December 1st, 2021. We are in the month of Christmas now. It does not feel like that in Norman, as we are 1 degree away right now from setting a record for December 1st all-time high, which I think is around 77. So it is a beautiful day here. Very nice weather, very warm weather. Going to continue throughout the weekend. Hopefully get a little bit of golf in for a busy football weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Looking forward to it. Appreciate all the support and new signups on the big Turkey Day, Cyber Monday, Black Friday special. Hope you guys enjoy this first week that is a free trial and stick it out with us. We have a lot more coming up as we turn the calendar and head towards PGA and March to the Masters. But first, we have plenty of college football, NBA, NFL especially, to come down the stretch. Right now, if you want to join, you missed out, you can still join. 7-day free trial is included with any sign up on the site. Just sign up. You get 7 days to try it out. And if you like it, stay around. If not, you can cancel and you will never see a charge. You can use CUP to get 20% off any of those packages as well. I have the Week 13 Listener League in the description. Go ahead and click that. Let's get that full. It's getting close to half full before I went on this pod. Rate and review us on iTunes. Certainly goes a long way. We appreciate it. It's always a way to get into our free entries, especially when we start our march to the Masters. Subscribe and like our YouTube channel. In the comment section, I'll do weekly drawings still. Tell me if Bama, Iowa, Houston, and Baylor all win. So that means Michigan, SMU, and Oklahoma State get upset. Who would your Final Four be? Tell me that in the comment section, and that'll get you into the weekly drawings. Underdog, go to underdogfantasy.com or download the app, which is the easiest and best way. The link is in the description. Use the code GUP, get a dollar for dollar match up to $100. They have all sports pick'ems. You can mix and match parlays up to 20x your payout. Build some bankroll for May's best ball. They also have the wild card NFL best ball, $50K in prizes, $10 to enter. So if you deposit, say you deposit $20, get a free $20. That's $40. You can get 4 entries into that. If you want to do it that way, use the code GUP. Link is in the description. PGA Hero World Challenge. Updated thoughts for me. Like I said, going to be a super light week. Really not quite sure why they didn't do a captain mode here. It would at least given some less chances of potential dupes. I guess like single entry stuff like that wouldn't be fine. I surely would see unless people just leave a lot of money on the table, which is going to be common. But still, even when we say that and we do that, you see 90+% of people use 49.8, 49.9, and 50,000. So I think if you start at if you max your salary at 49.7, you're probably going to be different than 90% of the fields. My favorite play overall, I think, is Spieth, 8,300. He's played well here. A little baby swag going on. Just what I'm looking for. He's kind of middle of the pack in general, but I do like his history here. I don't think he'll be that high owned. I think a pivot of the week you could do would be to go to Scheffler off of Burns. I got to think Burns. I like Burns a lot, but who everybody is going to play. I mean, 7,500 seems awfully cheap for him this week. So I think for $300 more, you could go up to Scheffler, and that would be a pretty good pivot. A core play for me, I think, is Answer right in the middle, $7,300. Hasn't played here, but got 7th at the Mayakoba. It's right in the middle of everything. I just think this is a course I think he could do pretty well at. He's not the biggest bomber or anything like that off the tee, but everything else I think he'll be good at. He's top 5 in birdie or better opportunities inside 18 feet, par 3, DK scoring. Again, not just a good solid piece in your lineup. Nothing, my favorite or anything. Potential fade, I think Morikawa, 10-6. He's been playing really well, but I think I'd rather play Rory or even pay down to JT if I was going to go in that range, or Hovland, who I like a lot, at 9,900. My sleeper play right now would be English. I think he's probably going to be fairly low owned, him and Hatton. I like English just a little bit more at 6,200. And then my cheapy play of the week that it probably still be owned, but he is cheap, is Brooke, 6,800. Looked really good last week. This could be, a vacation type deal for him. Certainly, we know he is focused. He can play well. Maybe he takes that momentum of beating the brakes off of Bryson and has a good finish here. And at 6,800, he really doesn't have to do, too great. You can mix and match there. I definitely leave some money on the table this week. I'll be super light if I play at all. Really just focusing on, we got big college football slates. Saturday, there's a little 2-game Friday night also. I do like Saturday that the slate is the entire day and night. So that's awesome. Monkey Knife Fight plays. Link is in the description there. They are doing dollar for dollar match up to $100 deposit. Use the code GUPS, GUPS. My play of the week is more or less 3X. I like Hovland over 20.5 birdies or better, and JT over 20.5 birdies or better. NFL power rankings, kind of mix and match this pot up a little bit. I got Green Bay first, just playing really well. I think they'll continue to get better. They get home field throughout in the playoffs. It's going to be a tough place to go to. I would lean them, obviously, with home field. But I do like Arizona. Should get Kyler back. Interested to see how he looks and how he plays. Got them two. I got the Cowboys, Bucks, Ravens, and Patriots, all with the same value. But I rank them in that order. Cowboys 3, Bucks 4, Ravens 5, Pats 6. Pats really coming along, but they got a tough game versus Buffalo, Monday Night Football. Be a little bit on the road. Be a big test for Mac Jones. Let's see how they look. It's a big game for Buffalo to get things turned around again. Chiefs 7. Looked better, but the offense still hasn't just had a breakout game lately. Be interested to see. They're at home, laying 10 to the Broncos. Kind of like the Broncos in that spread-wise. I think Chiefs probably win. Like I mentioned, Bills is 8 for me. They get New England. Colts 9. Man, I hope they can find a way to sneak into the playoffs there. I think they'll be a dangerous team in the playoffs if they can. They're laying 9 on the road at Houston. And then Rams at 10. Man, they're on a little bit of a slide. I got them right close on the bubble with Bengals and 49ers, 10, 11, 12 right there. I barely have the Rams ahead just because, if they can get things going, I do think they have the better team all the way around. But 49ers are surging, but can they make up the ground in time? We'll see. Should be a good one. I think it's going to be good into the season. You got 1 or 2 weeks left, depending on how your team or your league did your fantasy playoffs. I think the best ball week 1 playoffs start, or I guess they call it playoffs, start this week. Obviously, college football is Championship Saturday, all the conference championships this weekend. And then we'll find out the Final Four on Sunday. In general, college football, obviously the last 48 hours has been kind of crazy, or 72 hours, however you want to look at it. Lincoln leaving OU. I get it. People out there, especially I'm surrounded by a bunch of Sooner fans and insight there, feel a little betrayed or a little could have left better. I just don't know. The problem is, and even Bobby and I have talked about it, Berger, and he's talked about it in the GC Warrior room, is with the new restraints of the recruiting and the signing period being so early, like, how can you do it much different? It's not like he's going to, he also wants to get out there and try to get recruits committed and to the new place he's going. He said it's a personal decision. It is what it is. We don't know all the details. But any of these guys, look at, heck, you may have Notre Dame in the Final Four, and it's not too far out of the question, without their head coach. They could go to be in the Final Four national championship, and their coach is already gone. And main reason, 100% the reason, is because of recruiting. He wants to get the recruits in, transfer portal guys. He wants to have first crack at them. I'll be interested to see not only what playoff changes happen. I think the consensus is most people want to go to a 12-team playoff. We'll see. I don't know if this year would have made, what's going to be crazy is, and that's why I kind of pose that question, is what do we do if there's more than, there'll at least be one shocker this weekend, I think. So it never goes as planned. It just doesn't. Whether that be Houston pull the upset, who's playing really good themselves. They have one loss that they blew a lead at Texas Tech, or you'd have 2 undefeated teams, potentially both vying for it. Michigan, a little bit of a letdown spot, but Iowa's so terrible that I think they win. I think Bama wins. I think Bama has a chance to win. I'm not counting them out. They did not look good. I liked Auburn last week to cover, but I didn't think they'd make that the game they did. But typically when we see that, especially a Nick Saban team, you're going to see a bounce back there. I'm not as high, or I wouldn't say I'm not as high on Georgia. I don't think they are the greatest thing since sliced bread, all whatever world. I don't believe that. I've looked at their schedule. I know the SEC people out there, they think they're, God's greatest earth on conferences sometimes, but they're not. Like, their conference is good. Very good. Georgia is the best team in college football right now. Let me take it back. Georgia has the best defense in college football, we think. They've been dominant, but they really haven't played a whole lot of NBA. I'm really interested to see. I was kind of hoping Ohio State would get in there because I think Ohio State would have given them a run for their money with that offense. They may wind up with a very good Final Four that gives them in there and they win. If they got to play, Michigan, Oklahoma State, Cincinnati type teams, all those teams aren't really, prolific offensive teams. They run the ball well, and then they rely on defense very similar to Georgia. But Georgia has, better athletes and going to be good there. I don't know if there's a potential offense unless Bama beats them this week, which now would put Bama back in there. The question would be, would they keep them separated? I think if Bama wins, you would see Bama 1, Georgia 2, or 3. I don't think they would put them 1-4 and have them go play each other again. And then let's assume Michigan for sure wins. So Michigan for sure wins. They'd probably stay 2. So you'd probably go Bama 1, Michigan 2, Georgia 3, then probably Oklahoma State or Cincinnati 4. I would lean if Oklahoma State wins and they win the Big 12 against Baylor that they would get in. Now, and I also think, I think Bama pulls out the win this week. I know it didn't seem obvious, and that O-line, man, they got beat up last week for sure. And Georgia's going to put pressure on them, no doubt, but Saban has that way. I've seen it many times, even against, my Sooners and stuff like that. He finds a way to win. He looked like he was dead to rights, and then all of a sudden he benches his starting quarterback at halftime of the national championship game, brings Tua in, and Tua wins. So, they have a way to get things done. And I just go down the Georgia schedule. I'm like, all right, like, they played some decently good teams, but it's not like they've been world beaters against, playing all these teams with great scoring and all that. And it's no disrespect to the SEC or that. I just think the SEC isn't as top to bottom as strong as what everybody perception is. They used to be at one time, but they kind of beat up on each other in the middle, like most other conferences, Big 10, Big 12. They're outside the top. They're really good at the top, no doubt. And so I'm interested to kind of see how that shakes out. And they could surely win, going away against Bama. And would it shock me? No. I just kind of want to see it. I'm interested to see how they play. I don't hate Georgia by any means. I just want to see them in a good football game. Neutral field. It is in Georgia, I think, Atlanta, but it's not at their home field. If Bama wins, I do think Michigan wins. Unless they just lay an egg, but because they pretty much control their path to the playoffs. I think they'll be focused and ready to go. That running attack is good. Iowa's defense is good. That's why they're there. But their offense just can't get it done. I think Michigan gets the win. I lean that Houston could upset SMU. That would be my pick for an upset. Unless Bohannon plays for Baylor, I think Oklahoma State wins. If the quarterback plays for Baylor, they have a chance to make that game competitive. So I'm going to go my Final Four: Bama, Georgia, Michigan, Oklahoma State. Looking forward to see all the games on Saturday and then the reveal of the Final Four Sunday. And then also, hopefully by then we know who the new OU coach is. I've said my thoughts in the GC Warrior room. I think it's down to 2, maybe 3, but I think the main one that I think will probably be Venables. I've said that since early Sunday, and I'm not really getting off of that. I think he'll be the next coach at OU. So looking forward to all that. It's going to be fun. Like I mentioned, use the code CUP. Get 20% off any package, includes 7-day free trial. Tomorrow, I will do Thursday Night Football Showdown picks. It looks like my Cowboys will get CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper back. I expect them to look a lot better. The defense is getting healthier. I expect them to dominate in pretty good fashion tomorrow and set up for a good run to end the season. I'll have Monkey Knife Fight picks and underdog picks for that as well. Coin flip out later Thursday or early Friday. The hot route with Ryan, we record that around lunchtime tomorrow. Full slate breakdown. Friday, the read option with Bobby Berger. He'll break down the complete slate for Saturday. 8-game championship Saturday slate. All games, all day in the slate, so that'll be fun. And then we'll be to Sunday talking final thoughts in the Warrior Room on Week 13 NFL. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a blessed Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks.